Juris Vodcast with Scott Pearce.
Much has been made of the recent Supreme Court decision which requires the executive branch to afford constitutional process to prisoners we are holding at Guantanamo. The fact that it was decided by such a narrow margin, and the fact that it is proving to be controversial, shows that American society already has taken many steps down the long road to barbarism. The situation is even worse than it appears on the surface. A closer examination of the so-called War on Terror reveals our actions to be even more illegal and far more deadly than those of our alleged enemies. We know enough about what our government is doing at Guantanamo to be sure it is gravely immoral and wrong, not just illegal. But what most people don't know is that the same government that set up Guantanamo has organized the kidnap and torture of perhaps 80 or 100,000 people, most of them Muslims. Ron Paul argues that the FBI and the rest of the U.S. government has no business arresting people overseas without charge. He's right, and we should salute his courage. It's too bad Barack Obama doesn't choose to make these clear constitutional arguments. It is illegal for the United States to be waging wars of aggression. It's gravely wrong to kidnap people and then torture and imprison them for years without charging them with a crime. Specifically, these acts violate the U.S. War Crimes Act, the Convention Against Torture, and the Geneva Convention. Take a look at the case U.S. versus Alstetter. This is the Nazi war crimes trial against 16 defendants who were part of Hitler's legal system. These defendants drafted and enforced laws which were designed to punish Poles, Jews, and others in occupied territories. Specifically, this system allowed military arrest of people who were secretly kidnapped and tortured without charge and without due process. According to the prosecution, these defendants were guilty of, quote, conscious participation in a nationwide governmentally organized system of cruelty and injustice, in violation of the laws of war and of humanity, and perpetrated in the name of law by the authority of the Ministry of Justice and through the instrumentality of the courts, close quote. There are those who deride the Nuremberg trials as victor's justice, but the records of these trials are proving to be invaluable as the decades pass. It's worth noting that several of the Nazi defendants in the Alstetter case were acquitted of all the charges that they faced. This proves that the Nuremberg trials had more than the mere trappings of due process. The Massachusetts School of Law at Andover is going to hold a conference to plan the prosecution of President Bush and other high administration officials for war crimes. The dean of the school says that the idea is not merely to discuss the administration's crimes, but to pursue the guilty until they are brought to justice. I wish them, and all of us, good luck.
Juris Vodcast is a production of Nuclear Podcasting. Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives.